Hello everyone, welcome to session 72 of Selenium training. In today's session, I am going to continue the Jenkins, Git and GitHub. So in this session guys, we are going to execute different Git commands. The last few sessions, I've used a few of these Git commands, but in this session, I'm going to cover all the Git commands which we generally use during the day-to-day projects. Fine. So let's start with the first one, Git version. So before executing this Git command, we need to check whether the Git is actually installed in your machine or not. Okay. So have installed Git. So when I install Git software, I will get this Git bash option here. Okay. When I search for Git, I am getting this Git bash. That means that in my machine, my local machine, I have installed Git software. Okay. So let's find the Git version of that. So before going there, let's go to a location, any location in my machine. Okay, let's go to one of the repo. Fine, this is fine. And here guys, right click anywhere inside any folder. This doesn't mean that you have to come to this place. Anywhere in your machine, right click and say git bash here, like this. Git bash here. Okay, you'll get a git bash prompt, command prompt kind of thing. In this, type git hyphen version, enter. So when you execute this command called git hyphen version, git bash will give you the software version that you have installed in this machine. That is it's saying that I've installed 2.18.0 version in my machine. So let me confirm that. Go to control panel. You can also see the version here and install Git version. Yeah, this is a Git software I installed in my machine, and it has a version of 2.18.0. The same thing we got here with the Git command, Git hyphen version command. When I executed, it has given me the version that I have in my machine. Is one thing. So similarly, there are many other commands, guys, for Git. Okay, I'm going to explain one after the other. So first of all, the first thing we need to do here is we need to tell git bash who we are. Okay, this personal local machine need to be identified by git bash. Okay, we need to identify ourselves. I have explained these commands in the last session. Okay, so in general, whenever you start working with git commands, so it's better that you provide these configurations. Okay, you just identify yourself by giving your name and your email address. Okay, git from there onwards, git repositories will identify you with this name and email address. Fine. So let's go here anywhere and say git bash here, and in this say git config hyphen global user.name. Give your name, guys. This will take your name. Yes, give your name. Git config. Another command, another instruction is that git config hyphen global user.email. Okay, just give these two details. From there onwards, Git will identify you from this personal machine. In this personal machine, you are identified. Whenever you do some changes here, those changes will be recorded with this username and email address. So if there are 3 or 4 members in the team, okay, and if everyone configures their name and email address from their machines, from their own machines, okay, whenever someone does any change, will be other people or that person may be able to know the changes. They can track the changes and the people who have performed the changes and all. Okay, without identifying ourselves, git bash will not allow you to upload the code, guys. Okay, at any cost you have to identify yourself, then only you will be able to do the operations on the git repos. Fine. Now since you have identified yourself with this username and password, Okay, one time. It's a one-time effort, guys. You don't have to do multiple times from this machine. If you have already done, it's not required to be done. Okay, only one time these configurations need to be set. From there onwards, it's okay. You will be automatically identified. Now another command we have is git config hyphen list. So all the configurations, okay, all the configurations we have made, or all the default configurations, whatever that is, are configured with this git bash. Okay, you may have configured few of them, and by default some configurations are already there. So all these configurations related to this git will be displayed here, guys. Let's see. In this all this these are all the configurations. In this few of the configurations you can see identify, or these two configurations we just now configured ourselves with this username and this email address. The same thing got provided here. Okay, and these are all the default configurations, guys. Some uh, color dot difference is equal to auto color was set, and color status is also auto set, branch is auto set, like that few things. Help format is in HTML, like that. Some default configurations are there. You don't have to worry about all these configurations. But if you say git config hyphen list, whatever the configurations you set will also be displayed along with these default configurations. Fine. Now let's move to the next command, git config help. Okay, it's not about config, it's about help, guys. Help. So how this help command is going to help us? So if you want to know anything about anything, like for example git config help, if you say help, key does not contain a section help. Okay, should work actually. Let me Google search this one. There's something missing. Git config help. It's not help. Maybe I am missing something. Global help, anywhere help is there. If you have any doubts, you can just Google search, guys. Okay. Help, help. Maybe this thing has come up. This is not the answer. Help command, I'm saying git help command. Yeah, it's hyphen help, I guess. It's also same as git help. Something is missing here. Git help. Let's say git help. When I say git help, I got a lot of things about git. Git hyphen version. This we already tried, guys. Hyphen help is another one. The same as help. Like that, many other commands, clone, init, all the git commands you can see, right? Add, log, status, checkout, commit, merge. A lot of commands are there. Okay, it's providing a list of commands here. Git help, git pull, hyphen help. Let's try this. Let's see whether it gives any info or not. No info. Git config. Sorry. Yeah, it's opening now. Git pull should open like that, guys. Git config. Let's try this. Git config hyphen help. After some time, it may open a window with the help details of the config. This is what we have to try, guys. Maybe this hyphen help is missing here. Okay, let me close all this stuff and then retry that freshly. Git bash here. The command I have to try here is git config hyphen help. Git config hyphen help. Config is a command. We are trying to get the help on this particular command. When I say hyphen help, it will open like this. Okay. So let's try again. So nothing is open now. You see this browser is closed. I am again trying this config -help. You see this browser will automatically open when I done this. I'm done with this. This is not required. Okay. Git config manual page, name git config. All the information related to this git config has come up here. Okay. I'm just taking the help of this config command, guys. Similarly, there are a lot of commands in the git. So let's go with other command, git init -help. Maybe help related to the initialization command will come now. It's opening automatically. Git init creates an empty repository or reinitialize an existing one. Okay, it will convert the normal folder in your local machine to a Git repository. So that is the advantage of the Git. So the syntax for the Git or description, how to use it, and different options we have in Git. A lot of advanced options are there in Git, guys. You don't need them, but still, if you want to explore more about that, any command. If you want to get more help of config command, you have to say config -help. If you want about init, you have to say git init -help. Similarly, any other commands, git commit, let's say git commit -help. Let's find out more about the commit command, how to use and syntax, all those stuff. So git commit related stuff. There are a lot of things. Git commit -m some message. We already saw that, right? So like this, all the information about this commit command has appeared here in the web. This is the advantage of the -help command in Git, guys. Okay, you can append this with any of the other commands like git add -help or git what we call git commit -help. Any commands you can give, guys, here. Okay, any commands you can give. So if whatever the commands you want to get the help on, you just have to provide the command name and with the followed by the appending with the -help, so that your info related to this particular commands will be help info will be displayed in the browser, automatically opened in any browser. Okay, in your local machine. Now let's create a new local repository and initialize it. Okay, and initialize it to a git repo. Okay, suppose there are two folders here. Let's go to this GitHub repos in my machine. You can go to any place. Okay, in that create a new repository. Okay, give some name there. Some what we call some ABC project repo. Okay, some dummy name. I'm just giving ABCD project repo. Go inside this, right click here and say git bash here. Now this is a normal folder, guys, normal repository in my machine. I have to convert this into a convert or initialize it into a git repo. Okay, how to do that? You have to type git inside that folder. Open the git bash and say git init. Immediately when you say git init, it will be initialized to as a git repo. Whenever this is initialized as a git repo, you will see a hidden file here with the extension .git. Okay, this means that this is not a normal folder, it's a git repo now. Fine. Initialization is done. Now check out a repository. Check out an existing repository. This is another one, guys. So we now know how to initialize. Now here I will check out a repository into my machine. So for that, guys, I will go to here what we call github.com. So let's check out a empty repository or a repository having some code from my GitHub. For example, I'll go to my repositories. There are some 4 repositories in my GitHub account. So PF repo, Angular Live Project, and test repo. Some different repositories are there. Let's open this one. Any code is there also? Let's see. Yeah, it has some code. Test repo has some code. I want to clone this one. Cloning in the sense downloading, guys. Okay. I want to download this into my. local machine. Fine. So this is a project which I have initialized with Git. Okay, in this folder I will say right click git bash here. Into this Git folder I will say I will trigger the command git clone with the clone URL. Here there are two ways to clone, guys. Either you can give the SSH URL or you can give the HTTPS URL. Better to go with SSH URL, guys. Okay. So if you go to this repository, there is an option to clone or download. So there are two ways you can clone or download this repository to your local machine. Clone or download. Okay, clone means download, guys. Okay, no difference. So by default, it is giving the clone with SSH. But if you want to clone with HTTPS, you can go with this one. But I don't recommend the cloning with HTTPS. Instead, clone with SSH, guys. This is secured. SSH means secured socket kind of thing. Okay, secured socket hosting kind of. So secured way of doing the stuff. So I will clone with the SSH, guys. So when you select clone with SSH, this kind of path it belongs to this repo, and this path is a SSH path. Okay, copy this. Click on this icon to copy this URL, this path, SSH path of this repository, which can be used for cloning or downloading. So here you can say paste. Right click and paste, guys. Okay, right click and paste like this. Don't say control C, control V, it will not work here. Okay, that those commands will not work, guys. Okay, you have to say git, you have to type git clone, provide a space, and then right click and paste. Now, guys, enter. So into this ABC project repo, I am downloading the code from the GitHub. Okay, this code is getting downloaded into my local folder. 100% done. So go here and see. You see some test repo has also come inside this one. Okay. So this is not the way. This is not the way. There is some mistake here. Delete this one. You are getting a folder inside another folder, guys. So just close everything. It's not the correct way. So now what I will do here is in this folder I will clone. Okay, in this Git hub repos I will clone this what you call test repo. Okay, it will be cloned with a direct folder name. Okay, fine. Let's clone it again. Here I will say right click, git bash here, git clone, paste the SSH. Sorry, I did a mistake. Git bash here. Again, git clone. Copy this URL once again. It has been lost. Copy. Paste it here. Enter. Cloning into test repo. You see, a repo is already getting created. That's the reason I deleted the older one and then creating. Already a repository is there. Why should I create a repo inside another repo? Okay. Fine. So it has some code also. Everything got downloaded from the GitHub, guys. Everything got downloaded from the GitHub. Okay. So this project I will open in any of Eclipse ID. Let's say this particular project which I have just now downloaded as test repo, I will open in a. It has some pom.xml file, guys. So if it has pom.xml file, that means this is a Maven project. So first launch Eclipse ID and import this repo, guys. Okay, import this. Let the Eclipse ID launch. After that, we'll import this newly cloned folder. Newly cloned project. Okay, Eclipse ID has opened now. Now say file, import in the Maven, expand the Maven and say existing Maven projects, click on next. Browse for the root directory, click on browse. Go to my, in my machine it is in D drive, GitHub repos. This is a folder, guys, which you have to import. Test repo is a folder, select. Something is happening here, it's not working. Okay, something is missing. What may be the reason? Okay, the pom.xml file, this everything is fine, but file, import, string maven projects, browse, D drive, GitHub repos, test repo. I think it's there here. Should work actually. I don't know why it's not working. Already exists in this workspace. It's already there, guys. That's why it's not allowing. Okay. So maybe same code it seems with a different name. Okay. It's you are trying to import the same thing. You have to go to a new workspace, guys. Then only you can do that. So for that you have to restart your Eclipse. This is nothing but the PF project, guys, with a different name in the repository. So that's the reason it's not working. So let me restart Eclipse ID and I will take a new workspace this time. Okay. This no, I will not go to this existing workspace. I will instead go to a different workspace so that duplication issue will be resolved. Workspace XYZ, select folder, launch. Empty. No projects will be displayed in this because it's a new workspace, new place to work. No, without any projects are there. So you can freshly import the projects. So here, file, import, Maven, existing Maven projects. Next, browse, go to D drive, GitHub repos, this test repo and select folder. This time you see it got selected and click on finish. If there is a duplicate project with us with the same repo thing, then it's not allowing you to import this. Okay, duplicate projects are not allowed. So make sure that you import in a fresh workspace or a new workspace where this duplication issue is resolved. It got imported, guys. Maven project got imported successfully. Okay, like this, guys. You can clone and import in Eclipse ID. Then from there you can start working on this project. Fine. Now Git status. Let's do some modifications to this code. Suppose there are two tests here, login test and logout test. Open this login test. So add a new comment here. This is a login test. Save it. I made some modifications. So that modification is represented with this greater than symbol because this is a Git repo. Okay, you can see the changes made to which file and all the stuff in the Eclipse ID itself. And along with that, go to this project location where you modified the changes from Eclipse IDE or modifying this local code, guys. Okay, this code you are modifying with the help of Eclipse IDE editor. That's it, nothing more than that. In this, right click and say git bash here. Now here type git status. Git status. So maybe I have imported this in the like Eclipse IDE. That's the reason I'm getting this many things, but this is not the case. I thought I will clear out all this stuff. Git status green color. Git commit -m added a new comment. Git push origin master. Some mistake here. Git push. The spelling mistake is there. Instead of origin, I said origin. ORIGIN is the spelling. Now it should happen. Okay. So all the changes have been uploaded. Now, guys, do some other modification. Just refresh this in Eclipse ID, and this change will go away. Right click, refresh. You see, no other changes are there here. So here I will add another comment. This is a test login method. Save it. You'll see a change here. Change modification symbol here. Okay. Similar in here, right click, say git bash here, and here now type git status. You already know this status. It will give you the changes you have made. You have made the changes in the login test.java, guys. That's what it's referring to. You added a comment here, right? Fine. So git status will help you find out the changes. So understand where you are, guys. So here there are three states, guys. I'll explain. There are three states while working with Git commands. So there are three states. One is the working directory, that is your local code, where your local code is there. This particular project is at which location? This folder location. Okay, this is a workspace. This is a workspace, guys. In your local machine, this is a workspace. So that is one place. We call that working directory. This is a working directory in your local machine. Working directory in your local machine. Other one is, other state is other end state. That is on the other end we have this repository. Okay, remote repository or repository, you can call it as remote repository. So this other one is a remote repository. This is another stage, remote repository. So this is in remote repository is where, guys? It is in GitHub, in your GitHub. So in your working directory, we have this test repo folder, and this is a working directory. And similarly, we have the Git repo. Remote repository is nothing but this one, guys. Test repo in the github.com is your remote repository. This is a remote repository. Is there any other state while working with Git where exactly file will stay? These two states. Other than that, there is another state, guys, that is staging. That is staging area. This middle state is nothing but the staging area, a buffer area or staging area. So there are few commands which will add these files into the staging area, temporary area, before moving into the remote repository. Okay, this is the final area. This is the origin. Okay, this is the origin, and this is the final area where the files will get uploaded. Whereas before getting uploaded, while the decision is going on, you can move them, you can add them to the staging area. Okay, before the approval process and all, you can add some files to the staging area. This is a temp area, guys, temporary area where the files will reside. Okay, before moving them to the remote repository. These three areas you have to know, guys. The files or automation code will switch from this one to this area and this one to this area. Okay, using which commands? Git commands. I will explain using which commands local automation core will move to staging area, from there to the remote repository. All those things I'm going to explain, guys. But keep in mind that there are not two areas like working directory and remote, but there is also another area known as staging area. Okay, these three states you have to know, guys, while working with Git commands. Fine. Now the time has come. Okay. So let me here, maybe here, and the test, I will create a new test, guys. New class, login test is over, logout test is over. Let's say registration test. I'm adding a new class, guys, empty class saying registration test. I'm not adding any code. Assume that there is some code assume that there is some code inside this class. Okay, test class. Save it. Edit a change. Something happened here. What is this problem? Okay. Still login test is showing something. Okay, fine. And any problem here? No problem. No problem. Okay. Now, guys, there are three files here. So when I say now git status, it will give you changes, guys. What are the different changes it will give you? So there are two changes here. One is modified login test, and another one is newly created registration test.java. Okay, newly created registration. This is modified, guys. This is newly created one. Okay, newly created one. You modified login test using a comment here. Okay, you added a comment. This is the test login method comment. That's why some change modification icon is getting displayed here. And you added this newly added this registration test. So a question mark symbol is coming here. It doesn't have any code, but just assume that it may have some code. Now when you say git status, this local repo, if you say git status, it will give you the changes. Okay, git login test and registration test, all those things it will give you. These are the changes. At this point of time, guys, at this point of time, where are actually the modified changes? Where exactly, in which state these modified changes are available? Working directory or staging area or remote repository? Whatever the modifications I made are there in the here, guys, here. Okay, when I say git status and I'm seeing some changes made in the local working directory, so here are at present the changes are here, guys. The next step here is I will say git add login test.java. Okay, I'm adding only one file, guys. Here you have some git commands like git add abc.txt. So there are two changes, there are two modifications, but I am only adding one modification to the staging area. Okay, individually if you want to add the change by change to your staging area, then you have to say git add login test.java, not match. Okay, so something is going wrong. Git add login test, let's say, no, fatal. Maybe it's not taking as a single icon. Maybe I will add one more file. Uh, Here somewhere I will add one other file, utilities, constants, no, text base, resources. In resources, I'll add a normal text file, guys. Okay, I don't want to make Java files are a different file, so I'll create a file xyz.txt file. It's a very common file, normal file. This is a text document. Save. Done. Now again say git status. Now you will get three changes. There are three files, two Java files and one text file. These two files are newly created. So now, guys, I will say git add xyz.txt. Something is going wrong. Okay, it's not working. So add a, it should work actually. Individually, you can add the files, but git add xyz.txt. Let's find out help about this. Git add -help. If you don't understand something, say git add -help. You will get some info on the git command, add command. The information will be opened in a new browser window. Git add. Any examples we have here? Git add. It should be added then. Okay. Okay, not directly there, so fine. So we can do like this, git add. Let's try this path once. Copy and paste here. Enter. Okay, now git status. You see, still some untracked files are there. Yeah, this file got added, and looks like there's one more file. Two XYZ files came here, and let's add this one also. Target test classes txt. Git add, paste. It got added. Git status here. Like this, if you want to add, just individually add. Go on adding, guys. Okay. So again, git add. If you want to add the registration, copy this complete, and git add space paste. Git status got added. Only three are left, and there's other way. So if you don't want to add in an individual way, if you want to add everything that comes on your way, simply say most of the cases we'll be using this one, guys. Okay, we'll not be using individual files. Git add dot. I already showed this git add dot in the earlier session. you can you can use either git add dot or git add hyphen a, capital A. Any of these things will work in the same manner, guys. So git add dot git status. Everything got added here, guys. Everything got added here. You see all the things turned into green. So now, guys, these green color ones, earlier these things used to be red color, right? When they are red color, the files were there in the working directory. The modified changes or newly added files were there in the working directory. But when I say git add and add them to the, when I add them, these files will move from here to here, from temporary area, that is here. Okay, when you add them, you are adding them to the staging area, guys. Okay, the files, you are adding the files from the working directory to the staging area using the git add command. They are not there in the remote repository yet. Okay, these files are not there at the remote repository yet. So simply using the git add commands, you have added this changes or something to the staging area, temporary area or staging area. They are not at the remote repository yet. Okay, second stage they are at. Now if I say git commit hyphen yum new changes, enter. At present, after committing, where they are, where these files are, did they move to the remote repository? No, guys. Committing is nothing but just for approving purpose. It's like I approve that I'm okay with accepting the license agreement kind of thing, guys. Okay, before you install a software, you accept the license agreement, right? You will approve that, right? Similarly here also, you are just approving it. All these changes I want to upload them. Okay, before actually uploading them to the github.com, to this remote repository, you are just approving the changes. Okay, I'm ready to go kind of thing. Okay, so still the files are there in the staging area itself. Still after committing also, these files are there in the staging area itself. Now finally when you say git push origin master, then these files, once 100% is done, these files will be moved from the staging area to the remote repository. Okay, when you say git push origin master, then the files will be moved to the remote repository. So finally, using git push origin master, the files got moved to the remote repository. These are the three stages you have to understand. Now one more thing, let's do it. Here, the Eclipse ID, I'll delete this XYZ, which is unnecessary for me, and also registration test also I will delete now. Okay, any other changes I want to remove? No, that's fine. So let me refresh this. Okay. So there are some changes, but they're not in this individual files. We just deleted them. So let's find out whether those changes can be identified or not. Git status. You see, it's saying that we deleted some files. We deleted some files. All these changes I want to implement these changes in the GitHub repo. Okay, I want to update this Git repo with these changes. So what to do, guys? I have to say git add. Either you can say git add this change, individual change, or git add dot you can change. What is the other one? Git add hyphen a, capital A. Okay, same thing, guys. It will also do the same thing. Now when you say git status, all these changes will be reflected green color. Okay, now git commit hyphen m. So before actually uploading or doing the changes, let's refresh here and see whether those files are available or not. Where are the files? Actually in the src test package, there are registration test is still there here, even though we deleted in the Eclipse ID local repo. Still the registration test didn't get deleted in the GitHub because the changes were not updated to the GitHub yet. And similarly under here, where is the path? This one, guys, src test resources. Under src, under test, under resources, we have this xyz text.txt. Even this one I deleted in my Eclipse ID in my local repo, but still it is showing in the GitHub. So once I commit these changes and upload these changes okay, to the remote repository. Then we'll see whether it got removed or not. Okay, so git hyphen deleted the text file and Java file, and git push origin master. Git push origin master. Yeah, done. Now refresh this repo and now go to src test package. You see registration test.java is removed successfully, and again go to the test, and under resources folder you see xyz.txt file is also removed. Okay, so when we updated the code, when we pushed the latest code, this happened. Fine. Next one. So git add dot or git add hyphen a will work in the same manner. They are both, you can use any one of them for adding all the changes to the staging area. So before pushing the complete changes to the remote repository, you can add them to the staging area, then commit and then push the changes to the remote repository. Fine. Now, this git reset, I will tell you what is actually this is. Okay. Now refresh this. Refresh. Yeah. Now I will take a very simple example. Here I will create a new text file. New file. I will say abcd dot txt file. Click on finish. abcd.txt file got created. This is a sample text file. I did some modifications in the local repo from my Eclipse IDE, but if I say git status, it will track, guys. It will track the changes. This need to be uploaded. Okay. So the difference between this local and GitHub is provided here, right? Now, guys, this particular changes are there in only the working directory. This particular stage, they are here. The changes are at this stage in the working directory only. They are not in either in the staging area or not in the remote repository. The changes that I have made from the Eclipse IDE are in my working directory in my local machine. Now, how to actually move these changes to the staging area? Using the add command. So this is a command, guys. Git add dot. When I say git add dot, and if I say git status, now they turned into green. These changes are now at this position now. Okay. The changes moved to the staging area now. Using the add command, I moved the changes to the staging area. That's fine. Now, guys, is there any way that I can revert back my changes? I want to, sorry, I want to move these changes back to the working directory, guys. Okay. So the changes moved from the working directory to staging area, but again, something went wrong. I just wanted to revert back. Even after adding, I got something into my mind, and I thought like these changes should not be committed. So I want to revert these changes back to the same working directory. So how to do that? How to revert the changes? After adding, how to revert the changes from the staging area to the back to the working directory? So there you have a command called reset, guys. Either you can reset individually or you can reset whole. Okay, all the files will be reset with the help of git reset. If you want to individually reset, for example, here two changes are there. Only one change is there here. Let's add one more change here. Right click new file mnop.txt file. This is another text file. Save it. Now again say git status. Git add dot git status. There are two files here. Okay, abcd.txt, mnop.txt. In these two things, I don't want the mnop changes to be added. So at present, abcd and mnop text files changes are there in the working directory or staging area. They are in the staging area. Okay, we already added them. I want to move this mnop changes back to the working directory. I don't want to be listed here. For that, what I will do here is I will use a reset command. Git reset. If you want to reset individually, you have to go with the git reset. For example, git reset. I don't want to add this MNOP resources MNOP.txt. Okay. So what I will do, I will copy this, paste it here. Git reset. Yeah, done. Now say git status. You see, three things are in green color and one thing is in red color. That means these three things are in the staging area. Green color ones are there in the staging area, whereas red one is reverted back to the working directory. Okay. Suppose I don't want any of these files to be in this staging area. I want to revert back completely. In that case, simply say reset, guys. Don't give the path of any specific file you want to revert. Instead, say git reset. This will reset everything. Now say git status. Everything will turn red. Okay. So all the changes are now at this working directory, guys. You move the changes back from the staging area to the working directory. This is how you can reset, guys, using the reset commands. Now let's move to the next set of commands, that is commit. I already showed you multiple times. Git commit -m first command you have to mention. So nothing is there to add to commit. So in order to commit, you have to say git add dot again git status. This files are ready for committing. Git commit. This is a command. So you are approving these changes to be uploaded into the GitHub repo and with a specific comment. Okay, adding sample text files to GitHub repo. Now, where you have to upload these changes, guys? Where you have to upload these changes? That is nothing but clone original URL. So here is a different way, guys. I will explain you where exactly you have to use. At present, the connection is already set, guys. Whatever the changes you are pushing, they are directly going right from the what you call from the local machine to the GitHub. You don't need to make a specific connection using this git add origin, the URL of the repository. You don't have to set a specific connection, guys. Okay, it's already there because there are two ways of doing this. So when you create a new folder in your working directory, let's say there you created two folders for two projects. One project, what you did is you created a folder and cloned it directly. Cloned using the repo URL. Cloned directly using the repo URL. Okay. In this case, guys, this folder will be automatically initialized to .git, and at same time, you don't need to set this extra connection. This git remote add origin clone is not required. By default connection is already set between the git and by default connection. Because of this clone, when you download the code from the GitHub URL, this connection will be by default set. But there is another project. What you did is you didn't clone here, guys. Instead, you say git init. You just initialized it. .git came. But here the default connection will not be there, guys. Okay, here you have to set the connection. When you clone, the connection is automatically set. When you clone one of the repositories, for example, here is a test repo, you want to clone it. How you will clone? You will copy this and say git clone. Okay, git clone, and you will provide the URL. At that time, automatically the connection between the local and GitHub repo will be automatically set. You don't have to make a separate connection. But here in this case, when you create a new project and then say simply say git, you just initialized it, but you didn't set the connection. In this case, this project will be git repo, but it doesn't still know which repo the changes should be uploaded to. So here in this case, you have to explicitly set the connection. Explicitly set the connection between the local machine and the GitHub repo. Okay, fine. So before that, I will do one more thing. I will go here and in my settings, I will go to the SSH and GPG keys and then delete this key, guys, which I created in the last session. Okay, there is no SSH key now available in this. I'll go to my repositories, and in that I will go to my test repo. Done. Now, guys, let's forget about this project. We'll do one thing. Let me permanently delete this. Delete project contents on disk. Okay. Okay, something is going wrong. Maybe this git bash is open, that's why. Delete it again. Delete enter project from the list. Still any other things are open? No. Not opening, close it. Close Eclipse ID, right click and delete from here. It's not opening. So some temporary file is open somewhere, guys. Okay, that's what is happening. Let's try this time. No. So something got stuck somewhere. Fine, no issues, no issues. So I'll open Eclipse ID and we'll create a new workspace. Just want to avoid the problem of duplication. Workspace, because I'm taking the same example. Select folder, finish, launch. I'm launching Eclipse IDE at a new workspace where fresh instance kind of thing. And there are no projects available there to get the duplication message. Fine, guys. Now I'll do one thing. I'm going to follow the second approach. Instead of cloning from the repo URL, what I will do is first I will initialize the Git repo and then set the connection somewhere. Okay. So fine. What is the process there? The process here is in your Git repos folder, any folder, just right click, say new, say ABCD. Okay, ABCD, some project repo. Similarly, the github.com, create a new repository. Create a new repository here. New ABCD repo. I created an empty repository here, but I'm not going to clone this time. Instead, I'm going inside this ABCD project and right click git bash here. First command I will trigger here is I will initialize git init. Initialize empty git repository. Okay, but I just initialized it a git repository, but there is no connection between this folder and this GitHub, guys. Okay, this repo and this repo, there is still no connection, guys. We don't know, right? There are several repositories in my machine. There are more than one repositories in my machine, and Git actually personally doesn't know which Git repo I need to upload this code. When you try to upload whatever the changes you do in this folder to the github.com, it doesn't know to which repo the changes should be updated to. There's no proper communication set already, right? So we need to open the gates. Fine. Before that, so what I will do here is I will get the changes now. Now when I say git status here, you will not see anything here. You will not see anything here. No changes set. So I will do one thing. Go to the project folders. D drive in my local. Maybe I'll go with this PF project repo. I'll copy all these files and paste into this newly created and initialized Git repo. Fine. I'm adding the changes of the project. It's a reverse way, guys. So instead of getting from the GitHub or so, I'm just doing it. Replace the files in the destination. Okay, done. Fine. Now say git status. Oh, what's going wrong? There's something went wrong here. I'll say Control Z. I'll again copy this. Don't copy the git. That's the reason something happened here. Now copied. Now I'll say git status. Not a git repository it is saying. So we'll do one thing. We'll delete this. Something wrong happened here. Right click new. A to Z repo. I'll say git bash here. I'll initialize it first. Git init. initialized it. You got this. Now I will copy this local code from PF project. Copy this and put into this A to Z repo. Now say git status here. Yeah, you got the changes now. You got all the changes. Now you will say git add dot to add all the things to the staging area from the working directory. I added these files into the staging area. Then I will commit git commit -m, adding the project to repo. Now I will say git push origin master. What's happening is when I say git push origin master, this time the second way, when in the earlier case, in this case guys, when I initially got the automation code from a repo cloned repo, and then the default connection was already there. That's the reason I was not getting this access rights denied kind of thing, right? You don't have permissions to access. You don't have access rights to that remote repository, because this is coming because in this case, in the second case, this is the second case, Git doesn't know to which, okay, to which repo, to which GitHub repo. There are several GitHub repos in my github.com. To which repo this particular changes need to be uploaded. It don't know whether it has to be uploaded to ABCD repo or test repo, PF repo. It's not, we don't know. So let's say we want to add that, upload that changes or project to the ABCD repo. In that case, go inside the ABCD repo. Okay. Now here, there are two options coming, HTTPS and SSH. Select the SSH and copy this one. Now say there is a command guys, git remote add origin. From origin you just add them to the which repository. You are specifically specifying the repository name. This is a repository name guys. Now try git push origin master. Git push origin master. Again there is a problem guys. Now the connection has been set guys. When you say git remote what do you call git remote add origin this repository in GitHub location, when you said that, the connection has been established, but still the connection between the this working directory and repository has been established, but still you don't have the key. Okay, you don't have the key guys. This key is not available yet. Though the connection between the working directory and the GitHub repo remote repository is there, still this key is not available to open the doors. How to generate this key guys? Simple. There is a command called ssh-keygen-t-rsa. Okay, type this command ssh-keygen-t-rsa. It is generating something. Just blindly press enter guys. Sorry, again generate it. Sorry, Sanjay. There is already any file it seems. Say y. If you want to override, just say y. If you already generated a key, it will ask you whether to override or not. That can say override, so that you will get a fresh key. The key has been generated here. The key has been generated here. Where is the location? C user Selenium SSH ID RSA. We went to this location earlier in the last session. So go to that location again. File Explorer. C users Selenium SSH ID underscore RSA dot pub. You have to open this one. So this is the key. Copy this key. And without any spaces guys, don't copy the spaces, and do one thing. Go to github.com, go to the settings, go to the SSH and GPG keys and add new SSH key, paste it here. I say this is my personal machine guys, personal machine. Okay, so personal machine key. So I'm generating a key for the for my personal machine and the github.com guys, GitHub repo guys. Okay, that's the reason. I'm just connecting the GitHub account with my personal machine, laptop or something. Okay, add that key. It will ask for the password of github.com. provide that the key has been successfully added now. Now guys, try git push origin master. Now the key is there, guys. So how to check whether the key is generated or not and to which it got generated? There's another command to check the status of the key generation. SSH space -t space git at the rate github.com. You have to type. After generating the key and adding it to the github.com in your GitHub account, you can check the connection to verify whether the key got successfully added or not. Okay. If it says hello or something like welcome kind of thing, hi Arun Motori, you have successfully authenticated. This means that the key has been successfully added, guys. Okay, you have the access now. Don't worry about the remaining area. Okay, now fine. Now try git push origin master, guys. It will upload the code. Git push origin master. At present in GitHub, in my GitHub repo, go to your GitHub repo. Before triggering that git push origin master, go to the ABCD repo. Is there any code inside this one? No, right? Now say git push origin master. Since the connection is set, since the git bash knows where actually which repo to which repo the changes, the projects have to be uploaded, and at the same time it has a key created between your local machine and the GitHub account. So there will not be any other stopping point, guys. Everything will be uploaded. Okay, now refresh. You'll see all the project files in this ABCD repo. Fine, guys. So this is about git push origin master. These are one after the another. I'm explaining all the commands of git, guys. Okay, you have to practice on your own. So fine. Now, guys, on one day I was saying, suppose there are many people working on the project, and assume that let's take a situation like this, guys. There are three things, right? I explained. Check in. Other one is check out. One of the previous session explained check in, check out, and update. Okay. To check in, what is the git command, guys? To check out, what is the git command? To update, what is the git command? Okay. To check in. So to check in, this is a command, guys. Git push origin master. This is a command for check in. Git push is a command. Okay. Git push is a command. And for checkout, what is the command for checkout? Git clone SSH URL. Remote SSH URL. Okay. Remote repo URL you have to provide here. This is a checkout. Git command for checkout is git clone. Clone is a command. Clone is a command. For updating, when do we need to update? If you remember, this is a centralized repository, and there are several people working on the same project, and you are asked to work on the login. For example, there is some XYZ code in this. Now everyone has XYZ code in their local machine. And now this A, B, C, Mr. A, Mr. B, and Mr. C. There are three people in the project. Mr. A is asked to work on MNO. Some MNO he has been asked to work on some MNO tasks. And Mr. B is also asked to work on some ABC tasks. Okay. So what happened is, while now A, B, C are in sync with the central, this is centralized repository, guys, CR. Okay, CR. That is GitHub. This is GitHub. This is your local machines, and you see in the local machines, everyone has XYZ code, which is equal to this centralized repository code. Everyone is in sync. But while A is working on MNO, that means he is working on like this XYZ plus MNO. Okay, he is adding MNO to this XYZ. While he is adding, B was adding ABC to XYZ. Okay, B was adding some ABC code to the XYZ. So, and he checked out. That is, he said git push. He said git push from his machine. That means checkout. So once this got checked out, here the code has become ABC. XYZ plus ABC. Here A has XYZ. This is the latest code now. This is the latest. and this is outdated now. Whatever that is there in the AS local machine is outdated, guys. Okay, whatever that is there in the AS local machine is outdated, but A is trying to check out again. Check out the code using git push command. Git push command. Will the A be able to upload this code XYZ plus MNO while XYZ plus AVC is the latest code? Can he upload the XYZ plus MNO? He cannot do that because he appended some his changes to the outdated code. He cannot replace this thing with this outdated code, right? So first he need to get this ABC into his machine. Okay. First he need to get ABC into his machine. Then only can append XYZ ABC with MNO, right? So when he tries to git push, it will fail, guys. When he tries to push the changes, this will not happen. Let's see this in real, guys. Okay. Let's assume that you are Mr. A and assume that Mr. B has done some changes. So here XYZ, what is that? Yeah, XYZ code is already there in the GitHub, let's say. Okay, XYZ code is already there in the GitHub. Now what happened is, let's say Mr. B has uploaded. I am directly uploading the changes. Okay, there is no other personal machine with me to demonstrate that. So what I am doing is from repo itself, I am doing the changes. Assume that these changes are being done by Mr. B. Okay, while Mr. A is working on MNO, Mr. B has submitted some ABC changes to the CR. That thing I am doing now in this repo. Go inside any of the files, src test, the login test. Do some changes, guys. Click on this edit option here. From the directly, I'm doing the changes from the GitHub repo. This is not the correct way, but I'm doing that. Okay. Adding the second comment. Adding the second comment, and here I am. What I'm updating? Updated login test.java with second comment. With a second comment. And simply say commit changes. Assume that these changes are being done by Mr. B. Okay, these changes, this ABC change, whatever the change I added right as a comment is the ABC change. Assume that ABC change now got added to the XYZ change. In the repo, what is the latest change? In this repository, we have this XYZ plus ABC available now. Okay, but in my local machine, that is Mr. A's machine, in this Mr. A's machine, what will happen? Let's see. Now, Mr. A has also done some modifications, guys. Okay, Mr. A has also done some modifications in his machine. That is, go here. Is that file, import, existing Maven projects, browse. Sorry, let's not do like that. Instead, A to Z repo, right? Let's do like that. Okay, fine. Import, file import, Maven, existing Maven projects. This PC, D drive, GitHub repos, A to Z repo. Sorry, select this A to Z repo and select folder and finish. The project will get added here. We'll do some changes from here, guys. Okay. Do some changes from here. Whatever the Mr. B has done, the changes are there in the github.com, but Mr. A changes will be there in the local machine. SRC test Java test login test. That change whatever I did, I added a second comment, right? That's not there here. Okay. Instead, I will going to the logout test. Here I am saying I'm adding a comment here. This is logout test. This is a logout test. Okay. I just added a different comment. So when I say git status here, what got updated, guys? Logout test got updated, right? So I want to add this change to the remote repository. I want to push this change to the remote repository. But the problem here is this is an outdated code, guys. Whatever the latest code in the GitHub, Mr. B has updated this code already. Before I push these changes, Mr. B has already updated this code to the GitHub repo. So what I have to do in this case? Now I still don't know that what happened. I don't know how the GitHub has updated by the other persons. I don't know, but whatever the changes I did, I thought of updating it to the repo and remote repository. For that, I will do the same commands. I'll give the same commands. Again, git status, git commit -m updated a new comment in logout test.java. This is what I want to provide. And now git push origin master I want to trigger. So this time, will my changes be uploaded to the github.com or not? You see, some mistake happened here. They got rejected, guys, because you are trying to upload the older code to the github.com. By the time Mr. B uploaded already, Mr. B has already updated this code, guys, but you want to surpass that change. That cannot be possible. Git will not allow you to do that. It will say that failed to push some references to GitHub, this repository. Updates were rejected because the remote contains work that you do not have locally. This is usually caused by another repository pushing. So it is saying that indirectly it is saying that some other person has modified the changes, modified the code already before you modified it. That's why your this particular command is rejected by us, kind of thing. Okay. So what I have to do, guys? It's hinting you here. Git pull. Git pull means update, guys. Okay. So here I was saying, right, some 3 commands I was saying: for check-in, git push; for checkout, git clone; and other one is git pull for update. So before checking in, you have to get the latest code. Then only you have to push your changes. Let's do that. So here I will say, since my changes are not getting accepted by the GitHub repo because some other person has updated the code which is the latest, so I have to update my local code. From github.com, I will update the latest code into my machine, and after that I will update my changes to the github.com. Okay. So here in this case, I am saying git pull. I am updating my local code, guys, from GitHub. Whatever that is the latest in github.com will get updated into my local machine. Git pull. Git pull. I just simply have to say git pull, guys. This is for updation, guys. So now simply say git status. Now my local code has a okay. It's saying that not on branch, nothing to commit, working tree clean. Okay. So when I say git pull, let's see what happened to my local code. Refresh this. Right click, refresh. So when I pulled it, so in the login test, my change is already there. In the login test, do you have any other comment or something? So where did I do the change? SRC test login test. Adding the second comment. This should come, guys, into my local machine. When you say git pull, that should come to your local machine. Don't know what happened. Click refresh. Maybe in local repo I'll check. SRC test Java QAFox test login test. Okay, nothing is there. Say git pull again. Okay, something went wrong. I will say git push origin master. It's getting rejected because I need to say git pull. I'm getting the right command, right? Git pull. But what's going wrong? Why this code is not coming to my local machine is the question mark. Okay, whatever the changes I did should come to my local machine. Git pull. Okay, there is no tracking information cover the current branch. Please specify which branch you want to merge with. Oh, okay. So I will say git pull origin master. So I have to specifically say git pull origin master, guys. Since git pull is not working, it is asking me to give the names where you want to. Okay, like this. So some command came, merge branch master of GitHub ABCD. Please enter a commit message. So don't worry about that. Close this. Okay, close this one. Now in the Eclipse ID, refresh. Refresh and open the login test. You see the second comment came. Now again, right click, git bash here. Now using the pull update command, you got these changes into your local machine. So whatever the changes you made in the logout tests are still there, guys. You can upload them. Now you have the latest code. Now you want to update your changes in the logout test to the github.com repository and the github.com. For that, say git status. The change is being shown. This is the process, guys. Git add dot, again git status, git commit. Now you have you are uploading the latest code, guys. Okay, Mr. B code has been downloaded to your local machine, that is Mr. A's machine, and Mr. A now is appending his modification to the latest code. Added a new comment in logout test.java. Git push origin master. Git push origin master. Okay, so okay, now we committed the code. So without any issues, our code got uploaded because we updated the code in my local machine, and after that only we pushed the code. If you try to push the older code, it will not accept, guys. Okay, you have to update your local code, and then some other person has already updated the code. You have to update your local code. After that only you have to update your changes. Okay, upload your changes. Now go to the test and see in the logout test whether our comment got added or not. You see, this is a logout test, comment is added. So changes got reflected here. That's fine. So if this doesn't work, you have to give the locations. Okay. Now guys, so one more thing. Git reset -- hard. If you want to revert the previous commit, you upload the things to be uploaded. Okay, you upload it using the commit command, but after approving, you got to know that there are some changes already made by other person in the team to the centralized repository. In that case, you have to revert back, guys. Okay, after committing, you have to revert back. So for that, you have to use git reset -- hard. I will explain you what is that. Close this. This is your local Eclipse. Here, add some file, guys. Let's say add some file. So before this, assume that here the ABCD repo, there was some changes being done. We don't know. Okay, Mr. B is doing some changes. Let's assume in the test, the logout test, Mr. B went here and then removed this comment. Mr. B removed this comment. So changes were made. The latest code in the GitHub now. Okay, the removed comment from logout test.java, and this is a tracking change before committing. So assume that this change has been done by Mr. B in the GitHub. So latest code is there in the GitHub, guys. Older code is there in your local machine. Older code is there in your local machine. But still, without your knowledge, what you are trying to do here is you added some text file here. Right click, file abc.txt file. You modified something in your local machine. Mr. A has modified something in his local machine. This is a sample text file. Save it. Done. Now go here. Right click, git bash here. So without your knowledge of Mr. B doing the changes to central repository, you thought you are updating it and you start with git status. You identified that these are the new changes you have to upload. So again, you said git add dot git status. They are added to the staging area. Now git commit -m adding abc.txt file to the project. You committed also. You committed. Okay. But while trying to push git push origin master, you came to know that your push will be rejected because some other person has done some changes. For this reason, guys, what you thought of doing here is you want to revert your commit. Whatever that you want to approve, right? You want to revert that committing process. So before that, before doing this, you thought of reverting this and then updating the latest code, then you will commit, guys. Okay. So you already committed, guys. You already committed, but while pushing, you came to know that yours is not the latest code. Some other person has updated to centralized repository. In that case, you have to revert your commit, then update your local code with the latest from the GitHub. Then again you have to commit. Okay, that's the process. Since you already committed, how to revert back? How to revert back this commit, guys? Let's see. So now when you say git status, since you already committed, nothing on branch will come because your already committing state is already there. Okay, you have to revert this commit, guys. Then only you will see your local changes here. How to revert that? So for that, you have a command called git reset -- hard, guys. Git reset -- hard. Okay. Now say git status. Still nothing is there. Git reset head is now at adding abc.file to the project. On branch master, nothing to commit, working tree clean. So when you say reset -- hard, guys, what happened? Let's see. Let's refresh. Still it is there. Maybe. Okay. I just forcibly reverted the commit. 1 minute. Nothing to commit, working tree clean. So you reverted your committing action, guys. You see, it's saying that nothing to commit. Nothing to commit. Okay, nothing to commit. On branch master, nothing to commit. You cleared all the committing things. Okay, you just ignored all the things that can be committed. Now is the best time to pull the updated code from the GitHub repo to your local machine. For that, you have to say git pull origin master. Whatever the changes has been done at the github.com, you'll get it here. Okay. Now close this one. Now here, you pulled the code, right click. Now refresh and open the logout. See, the comment has disappeared. That means you got the latest code, which got updated by the Mr. B in github.com. Now guys, again, right click, git bash here. Now say git status. Now your logout test.class got modified. I didn't modify anything. So no changes added to the commit. Use git add git reset -- hard. This is for now git status. Nothing to commit, working tree clean. Okay, this is what you have to get. Now abc.txt is a file you want to update. Delete this. Now do the changes again. Right click new file. This is a process, guys. abc. So some different file xyz.txt file I will give. This is a sample text file. So better to update your code and make sure the things are good. Then only upload the code, guys. Okay. Now say git status. XYZ has come. Okay. Git. When ABC got deleted, it also got identified. Okay, git add dot, again same drama, git status, git commit -m, adding xyz.txt to the project. Now git committing is also done. Now say git push origin master. To revert the commit, you have to go with the git reset -add guys. Okay, fine. Now you push your latest code xyz.txt will be there in the github.com now. src test resources xyz.txt will be there here. Okay, almost done guys. We'll go with the branching things. Fine. For clearing the changes in local. Okay, so if you want to clear your changes, for example, you modified something here in the login test, you added a somewhere here you added a new comment. This is after method. This is after something you added here, and here in the git status you typed, and it is clearly showing you added something here. Okay, now you want to remove the changes. Okay, you want to revert the changes. Whatever the changes you did, you just want to remove that changes. If you want to remove, you have to say git stash. If you say git stash, these changes, the modified changes will be removed guys. It will be reverted. So now say git status. You say nothing to commit. Now refresh the project, and you added that comment in this login test, right? The login test, go and check whether your comment is there or not. You see the comment has been disappeared. This how you can revert your changes guys. If you have done some changes and later while using git, if you want to revert the changes, simply say git status git stash. This will revert the changes. Okay, no changes will be there. Fine. Next one, tracking the commits. Git log is for tracking the commits. So let's type git log. All the previous commits that you have made will be displayed here guys. Okay, so at what time? Sunday, October 14th, 7:32. One commit was made, and 7:30 another commit was made, and at 7:27 another commit was made, 7:25 another commit was made. Like this, recent commits will be shown here using git log command. If you want to check how many commits you made today, just go with the git log. So now the next command is to view the information about the remote repository. Here in this case, ABCD is a remote repository for us guys. ABCD is a remote repository for us. Let's get the info about that. Git bash here. So here let's get some info about the remote repository to which our local git repo is connected. Git remote -v is the command. Git remote -v. So origin abcd repo.git is the, so this local git is connected to abcd.repo. If in future if you forget this local repo belongs to which repository, okay, in that case you can go here and type. Okay, so let's close here and go to another repository. Let's say test repo. So nothing is there, we deleted, right? So fine, maybe pf project repo will go here. I will say git bash here. Let's find the remote repository of this local git repo. Git remote -v. It belongs to pf repo.git. Here in the GitHub there are multiple repositories. In that, this pf project repo belongs to which repo? It's saying that it belongs to pf repo. Let's find out we have the pf repo or not. Yeah, this repo guys, this folder belongs to this repo, whereas this folder A to Z repo belongs to which repository? To find out, you have to say this repo anyhow. Simply you have to say git bash here and say git remote -v. It will give the connected remote repository for this working directory repo. Fine. And now let's go with the branches guys. So there are a few commands for branches. So before this, I will update the order of this one. Before branches, I will explain this command and followed by these branches. Fine. Now here I will say git status. Nothing is there. Now here guys, what I will do here in the login test, I will open the login test. I will add something into these comments. This is a login test comment. So I modified something here. I modified this particular comment with some additional text. Okay. Now if I say git status here, I'll get what got changed. But specifically, I want to see what exactly got changed. Git status is only showing the file which got modified, but what actually got modified is not getting displayed here, guys. Okay. To get that, type git diff. You see, when I typed git diff, it's showing this is the older text. This used to be the older comment, right? This is a login test is the older comment. What I got modified with, I just added this comment. This is the latest. I modified this comment to this comment. This is a change. Okay. More details if you want to find out, simply say git diff. We'll get all the changes. Okay. At which location all the stuff got displayed here. Okay. This is the older comment and I modified that to this comment. So like this, git status will only give the file which got modified, whereas git diff will give the exact modification that has been done in that particular file. Okay. Fine. Next. Now branching concept, guys. Branches. Guys, in real time. In real time, guys. In complex applications. So this will be the case. This is your personal machine and you call that as a working directory. Working directory. This is your local machine in which you are developing the automation code or modifying the automation code respect to your project. Local machine where you are modifying the code. And here is a remote repository. Remote repo. This is nothing but master, guys. Master branch. You have to call this as master branch, guys. Master branch. So whatever that you are seeing in the GitHub, for example, this is ABCD repo. This is the master branch. Okay, this is a master branch, guys. ABCD repo that you created is the master branch. Okay, remote repository, that is master branch in GitHub. This is in GitHub. This is by default. This is a master branch. But guys, what people generally do here is, while they are working on this their local working directory, these changes, whatever the modified changes are there, MC modified changes are there, it's not a good practice to directly upload these changes. Directly upload these changes to the master is not the correct practice, guys. You should not be doing that. In the real-time projects, your modified changes will not be directly pushed to master. Instead, we follow a different approach. The code will not directly go to this remote repository. Instead, we'll be taking a copy of this master branch and with a different name, some child branch. Okay, this child branch is a replica of this master branch, which is there in the remote repo, having the same code. Okay, a replica of master. This is a replica of master. Okay, and whatever the changes we do, we'll push into the replica of master child. Instead of directly pushing into the master branch, we'll upload these changes into the child branch first. Once everything is working fine, using this replica, you will configure Jenkins in such a way that this Jenkins will invoke the code from the replica rather than the master branch. It will Jenkins will invoke the code from the child branch. Once all the tests are passed in Jenkins, okay, then you will decide to merge these changes with the master branch. Now after only you will merge. Okay, and before that, guys, even after passing all these Jenkins in this replica of master, in this replica branch, after all the tests got passed, still what another step is there where your seniors will do a code review in your machine. Okay, this particular replica code, whatever that you modified it, will be sent to your seniors for review, code review. Once they approve and all the tests are passed in Jenkins, then only this particular code will get merged into the master, guys. Review in the sense whether you have written the proper code or not, whether your code is according to the guidelines, okay, any other mistakes you made while writing the code. All these things need to be reviewed by your senior, and Jenkins need to pass all the tests after reviewed by the senior and all those stuff. And once all these things are ready, then only you will merge into the master branch. That simply will not touch master branch directly, guys. Okay, if everything is working fine, then only you will do this transformation or merging part with master branch. Okay, so here this is known as a branching concept, guys. Branching concept. So you'll create a replica branch for this master branch, then work on this replica, and once everything is good, then you will merge with the master branch. This code will be merged with master branch, and after the code got merged with the master branch, this replica will be deleted. You will be deleting this replica. Okay, this replica will not exist. So this is the process, guys. Branching, this is the process. Okay, for branching, this is the process. I'll explain you practically how this branching can be done with the help of Git commands. First of all, guys, I didn't create any branches so far. Whatever you are seeing is a branch. Okay, master branch is only one available, which came by default, but there are no other branches. So to find out what are the different branches we have to say git branch command. Hit git branch command, you will get only master branch. Okay, you will only get the master branch. Simply say another command git branch -a. Okay, so this will show all the local and remote branches, guys. Okay, master branch is a local branch, whereas this is a remote branch. Origin master is a remote branch. Remote master. Two branches are there. One is there in your local machine. This is also master branch, guys. This is also located pointed out to master branch, but this is your working directory. Whereas GitHub also has a master branch. This code is also belongs to the master branch, but this is there in the remote location. So two places have come. That is one there in your local machine and another one that is there in the remote repository. Both are master branches only. This code belongs to the master only. Okay, fine. Now, guys, let's move to the next one. If you want to get the local and remote branches, then you have to go with branch. Otherwise, simply say git branch. Okay, create a new branch. Let's create a sub branch, guys. Then merge the changes and all. So before that, I want to clear out all the stuff. Git status, I will say git add dot. Any other changes, I will not. I want to have a fresh environment. Okay, git push origin master. Now we are now the local and GitHub is in sync. Master branches are sync. So at this point of time, what I want to do here is I will say git bash here. If I say git status, nothing is there. Okay, at present nothing is there. And in the local, this git bash is pointing to which repo in local, guys? Which branch in repo? How can you find out? What is the branch that we are locating to here? You see here on the right side, you can see, right, master. You are at the master branch in this working directory. Okay, local working directory. Now let's create a new branch, guys. In your local, let's create a new branch. Let's create a new branch in local. That is git branch name. Git branch. Some name you give, guys. Instead of master, you give some other name. Okay, master. I will say I will create a branch name called QAFox in my machine. So now, guys, how many branches we have in your machine? In your local machine, how many branches are there? How to find out? You have to in only local machine. If you want to find out, you have to say git branch. You see, there are two branches. One is a master branch, and another one is the original branch is a master branch, and QAFox is a new branch. Okay, child branch or replica branch, you can say. Okay, you created a new branch. Now you are pointing out to which branch? Master branch by default. Okay, in your local machine, you are pointing by default to the master branch. But what I suggested here is, whatever the changes you do here, don't do these changes in the master branch. Instead, do these changes in the replica of the master. So we need to switch to this From this master branch, we need to switch to this child branch. Okay, new branch. How to do that? So using this, how to change the branch in your local machine? Simply say git checkout branch name. So this is a command, guys, to switch the branch. At present, the branch is located with master. So I am going to change this git checkout QAFox. So switch to the branch. So what are the branch you are locating now? Instead of master, you are locating the QAFox. What are the changes you do here will be uploaded to which branch? QAFox branch, not master branch. You create a replica of this master branch and you are working on that. Now let's do some changes, guys. Right, like you see here also, guys, in the project name, you see when you are pointing out to the QAFox branch, the name got changed. You see QAFox. Suppose again, if you want to switch back to the master branch, how to switch back? Git branch master. Sorry, this is for creating git checkout. You have to say, sorry, git checkout master. You see again, you switch it to the master branch. Now refresh, or you see it got this particular replica got changed to master branch. Local code is pointing to the master branch. Now again, if you want to change it to QAFox branch, you can change. Okay, you can switch to the QAFox. You see, within some time it will change to the QAFox branch. You see QAFox. This code is pointing to the QAFox branch. Okay. So now let's do some changes here. Let's go to login test. In this login test, do one thing. This is a second login test comment. I added a new comment here, guys. Second comment under this. So save it. Now I will say git status. I'm pointing to QAFox, guys, and these changes I am uploading into QAFox only. Okay. Git add dot git status. Git commit. Same comments. Commit -m. Adding second comment to login test.java. Enter. Git push origin. Now, guys, this is a tricky thing. Now we have to say git push okay. Simply say git push, guys. Don't say anything. Git push. The current branch QAFox or no upstream branch. The push and set to the remote as upstream. Git push -f origin QAFox. Okay. Git push. Simply say origin, and here say QAFox. You are pushing the code to the QAFox, guys. Okay. Rather than pushing the code to the master branch, you are pushing the code to the QAFox branch. Origin means your local code, and QAFox is the new branch. You are pushing to the new branch. The changes you are not pushing to the master, guys. Instead, you are pushing your changes to the QAFox branch. Now you push the changes. Simply say refresh here. So in the ABCD repo, this is a master branch, and in this you see there are some child branches, guys. Under ABCD, there are different branches for the same code. Replica code is also there in the QAFox branch. You created a new branch here, name QAFox. Click on this QAFox. QAFox also has some code here inside this. This particular replica code belongs to the QAFox branch. This replica code belongs to the which branch? QAFox branch. Is a QAFox branch. Now, guys. Okay. So where are we? The changes I pushed into the QAFox. We can identify that, guys. So in the QAFox, where did you do the changes? Let's go to the original master branch. Let's see whether any changes have been done to the master branch. In the ABCD repo, when you go to SRC, test, after uploading the code, you are checking this, guys. Under the test, go to the login test. Do you see the second comment? This is a login test comment is there, but this is a second login test comment is not there here. That is, changes have been not pushed to the master branch. Instead, the changes have been pushed to the another branch, different branch known as QAFox. Go to the QAFox. When you click on the QAFox, the code related to the QAFox will come here, and here in the SRC, go inside SRC, Sorry, go back. I just did small mistake. So let's go back. The ABCD repo. Go to the QAFox. In that SRC. In that test package login test. You see in the QAFox branch, you can see the comment. What are the changes you uploaded got incorporated into which branch, guys? QAFox branch. QAFox branch, not into your master branch. Fine. Now, guys, this is fine. So now, as I said, I pushed the changes to the replica of the master, that is QAFox in this case, and after that, assume that I configured Jenkins to run on this, and everything got working fine. And this replica code got reviewed by my seniors, assuming that everything is fine. Now, guys, what are the changes I did to this replica branch, that is QAFox branch, are working fine. Now I'm good to go. Instead of directly pushing the changes to master, I will check these changes in this replica, and then finally I will merge this with the master. How to merge these changes to the master now? What are the changes I did and working fine? I want to merge with the master case. Okay, how to do that? So for that, guys, there is something known as git merge branch name. Okay, so we checked up to here. Now switch back to the master branch. So switch back to the master branch, guys. Git checkout. How to switch back to the master branch? Git checkout master. So here your current one is in the master. Now say git branch hyphen merge. So master branch is being shown. Okay. So now let's merge the branch code to the master branch. How to merge the branch code to the master branch? Simply say git merge QAFox. Okay. This is a command for merging, guys. This is a command for merging. Git merge branch name you have to say to merge your changes in the QAFox branch to the master branch. Now say git push origin master. So it got merged, it seems. Master to master it's saying, but merge the branch code to the master branch. Merge. So let's see whether the things got changed or not. SRC test whether the things got merged or not. You see that it got merged, guys. It got merged. We merged the changes. Now, since we are done with all this merging part and pushing the code, after merging you have to push, guys. After merging the QAFox with the master, then you have to push. After uploading to the master branch, there is no use of the QAFox, right? You can delete the branch. If you want to delete the branch, you can say git. First of all, find out different branches. Git branch. It's saying two branches are there. I don't want this branch because whatever the changes that are there in the QAFox got already merged into the master branch. So I want to delete that. For that, you have to say git branch -d QAFox. So whatever the branch you want to delete, you have to give like this. -d means D stands for delete. You are deleting the branch called QAFox. Now say git branch to see what are the remaining branches available. Only master branch is there. But do you think that this QAFox branch has been deleted from the remote repository? No, guys. This QAFox has only been deleted from the local machine. Okay, from your working directory only it got deleted. but in remote repository it's already there. How to check the complete branches in working directory and remote repository? So you have to say git remote git branch. What's the command? -a. It will give the complete list. You see, in local only master is there, QAFox is not there, but in remote both master and QAFox are there. That's the problem. Yeah, you have deleted from the local, but you have not deleted from the remote. So how to delete from the remote, guys? You have to trigger this command, guys. Git push origin -- delete branch name. Okay, git push origin -- delete QAFox. From remote repository also, I don't want to have the QAFox in the GitHub. I have to remove from there also. Git push origin -- delete QAFox. So this command will also remove from the GitHub repo. Now say git branches, git branch -a. It will only master in your local and master in your GitHub are there. Okay, this is how you have to play with branches, guys. Okay, this is the process. So this is about the Git commands, guys. So still there is some more concepts to continue in Jenkins, Git and GitHub. Okay, we'll see these concepts in the next session. But this session is all about the Git commands, which we have completed. Practice all the commands one by one, guys, and see what you can do. Okay, see you in the next session, guys. Bye.